Yo, 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 what is going on? This is Unbounded once again. I'm your host, and got my boy Isaac. His screen will be popping in and out, but his voice will always be there. What's going on, dog?
Uh, Hangovers are the worst.
I saw your story. I was like, where the heck is this guy at?
I was in Newport News at the alley last night. The girl that popped in my story, I just met her that night.
You in bad news. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I bet it was. Shoot. It's always crazy out bad news.
And I would do it all over again.
That's not my
It's
scene,
like
but
it's like what's that? It's not even my scene either, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be in the house no more. You know? Not no, I'm not, but like need to get out more.
oh yeah, we outside. I was outside all week just being attacked by children, but that's what I get.
It'd be like that sometimes, bro.
Yeah,
It'd be
you're right.
like
You're
that
right.
sometimes.
So spring break's over for me. I'm not sure how I feel about that yet.
Yeah. Gotta come to terms with it.
Got
Gonna
to,
have to
dog.
come to terms with it.
I got to. I mean, it sucks, but I can say that it was a pretty decent one for me. I enjoyed my break. Got a lot done, or did I? But I'm looking forward to it because I get back. I get back to coaching tomorrow. We got 2 games this coming week, so plus the other kids because they think I don't love them as much as I love my football field hockey team. But um, I had them arguing on my TikTok. It was weird
What were they arguing about?
because I put a video of me. It was a story that I had saved on my TikTok where they were singing God's Plan, and I was just like, I hate this song. So I put in the caption, I miss my team. One of the players like because I'm amazing, and then the other one of the other kids was like, "Nuh-uh." So then they're just arguing about who Mr. Pierce loves more or whatnot. I guess when
Oh,
I tell you, I had some very interesting group of chillins. I suppose chillins
they'll keep
as they say over down in the south.
they'll keep you on your toes.
Who you telling? But let's go ahead and get down to some national topics here. Uh, can I just go ahead and just talk about how we have in our society we have a very weird obsession with killers.
We really do.
Like,
We really do.
and it didn't hit me at first, and it should have, especially with everything that's going on in our country with all the mass killings that have happened, and then who's the main person that gets talked about in all these cases?
The shooter.
The shooter. And I'm like, I don't care. But then I've caught myself in a situation where I've been watching different documentaries. I was watching this documentary about King Von. And for those who do not know, King Von was a very well known rapper that was killed in 2000 back in late 2020. But what a lot of people didn't realize is that he was basically a serial killer. Like, dude has, I think it said about 7 bodies and maybe 5 assists. So the assists are basically the ones that he's basically had taken out. Like the last one that I definitely know that they documented was FBG Duck, which he had his guys take FBG Duck out because FBG Duck was a guy that he had been beefing with for years, and he basically wanted him gone. It was so bad that he even had one of his bodies as a girl. But what makes this girl so weird is this girl had 12 bodies Had 17 bodies by the age of 17. When I heard, I was like, bro, what? This young girl has already claimed 17 bodies, and no, we're not talking about in the bed. That was scary to me. I don't know about anybody else, but that's kind of scary that
I'm just trying to process all that.
this young girl had 17 by the time she turned 17 years old. I couldn't even contemplate myself. I couldn't even contemplate myself having more than one, and I'm almost 30 years old, bro.
You know what's crazy is that there's a very limited group in the generation after us that sees a problem with this.
I wish more people did though.
Yeah, I do too. Believe me, I do as well.
And it's crazy because I sit here and watch the kids, and they practically idolize this guy. Like I see the kids wearing the shirt and whatnot. I'm like, and it didn't hit me until the break, and now I'm really gonna be looking at it weirder because now I know that this dude was an absolute monster. There's no better way to put it. The dude was an absolute monster, and we've been jamming this dude's. I've really never listened to his music like outside of maybe two or three songs, but people will
I,
jam his music still, even
what?
to even to the point where Top Dollar kind of gave him a shout out in his most recent freestyle, because Top Dollar does a freestyle every Friday. He was on somebody's radio station, and it was dope. But then I kind of cringed when he kind of shouted out King Von. I was like, I don't think that's what we need to be shouting out here.
I'm struggling to understand, and I have been struggling with this for a while. Is I don't understand. There are not even millions. There are hundreds of thousands of artists who you can idolize. Why does it have to be the dirtiest, so to speak? Like
Because
why?
again, we've come to the point where we have this weird infatuation with killers. One of the most popular series on Netflix last year. What was one of the most popular series on Netflix last year?
Oh, Dahmer.
There's a reason why I haven't watched it, and I don't intend to watch it. I told myself I was going to
I
watch it at first, then I thought about it, I was like, nah, I'm not watching this.
I didn't watch it solely because I already knew the history. That's why I didn't watch it. I already knew
Right,
what
and then my brother was telling me that they're evidently talking about making another series, and it's going to be John Wayne Gacy next.
they already made a docu series about that
Where?
on Hulu.
Oh,
It's just a docu series though.
but I think they're supposed to be making one for him and another. I think. Did I hear Ted Bundy?
They were that one was weird because they had, I guess, Zach Efron was going to portray Ted Bundy, and for some reason, women on the internet were like, "Oh, Ted Bundy is like, oh, I could fix him." That whole weird thing women like to do when it comes to toxic men.
We see, and that plays into it as well because this girl I follow on Twitter. It was the day that Andrew Tate got out of jail, and Andrew Tate had his little bald because he's bald, and they didn't let him cut his hair in when he was detained. And she was like, "Hear me out," and he was like shirtless and like, "Hear me out" type thing. And she brought it back up again today because somebody was like, "What was one of your worst hear me outs that you've ever had?" And she was like, and I went back and looked at it. She was getting attacked for it. So it's funny how you can attack somebody for doing that when it comes to an alleged sex trafficker, and we're going to continue to use alleged because nothing's been convicted yet. And then they try to do the same thing with Ted Bundy.
Oh
So
no,
it's
Ted Bundy did that shit.
exactly that's
Ted-
my point.
He did it.
But you give that energy out to Andrew Tate. Yes, Andrew Tate says a lot of stuff that is absolutely egregious. And we've come up here and straight flamed him for being a dork. Andrew Tate's a
He is a
dork.
dork.
But at the same time, where's the energy at when it comes to Ted Bundy for that stuff?
I
It's
think
just weird. All of
my
it's just
favorite
weird to
thing
me.
was dang, I forgot what it was. I saw something on Twitter, and it was like, "What's your favorite I'm not her moment or I'm not him moment?" And I think that's up there. Like Ted Bundy, um, not Ted Bundy, Andrew Tate making all those videos. That's dude, you're not. That's not his. That's not the flex you think it is.
Oh no, he's not him.
He's not him. He is not. Anybody who makes videos that talk about you have to be an alpha male, you're not him. You think you're him, but you're not. You will never be him.
Oh Lord, what did Michael Todd do now?
Speaking of people who are him, you see John Hennigan in boxing.
He's him, evidently in this case.
He, yeah, John, that man is him. Because what I tell you like last week when we last did the pod. That dude is easily one of the most underrated all arounders in
Oh
the
yeah,
industry,
yeah,
in combat
absolutely.
industry.
And
You
he's
know, he
he's
can
going on the
act.
tour to prove it. Did you see his
Yeah,
entourage though?
yeah. Cross, Scarlet,
Scarlett,
L.A.
PJ Black was out there.
Yeah,
Um,
Josh Barnett.
you know who I didn't realize for a second? I
It
didn't
was
realize.
Hager.
I didn't notice Hager for a second. You know why?
Mojo was out there.
I saw Mojo. I saw Hacksaw. You couldn't miss
Jim
Hacksaw.
Duggan.
Yeah, Jim. You couldn't miss Jim Duggan. He had the dog on 2x4 in his hand.
No, I'm just saying. The videos I saw, I didn't see him.
Yeah,
Saw
he
like
was in the back. He
the
had a two
caption.
by
He was
four.
there.
Yeah, but Jake Hager, it's kind of hard to realize him now without that stupid hat he wears.
Yeah, but no, but that dude,
Word on the street is he
he's
likes that
legit.
hat.
What's his name? Morrison's legit
Oh
though.
yeah,
Well,
Jomo.
Hennigan's legit. He's legit. And
Was it what round did he win that in? I know it was a KO.
I think I want to say it was like the fifth. I want to say it was the fifth. I'm not sure.
That's pretty good.
You know,
Hey, somebody tell Dad to stop calling out Seth Rollins.
who was that?
Dad,
Who was that?
some guy named Dad.
Oh,
Uh,
is that the dude?
he looks like
Was that the same fight? Was that
Zeb
the same thing?
Coulter's nephew.
Was it the same thing that Morrison fought at?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, like no, Seth's not gonna do that. Speaking of which, Will Ospreay has been cleared.
perfect time because I know that he's probably going to be one of the ones that at All In.
He's that, and he's probably gonna fight. Him and Kenny are gonna go at it at Forbidden Door.
Yeah. What do you think the main event? If you could make a bet, what would your prediction be for the main event for All In?
For All In,
Yeah,
well, MJF's probably still gonna be champion.
honestly, I don't
Um,
think the championship is going to be in that main event.
um, I'd see maybe you put Jamie Hayter in there with somebody really good. Jamie Hayter and Emi Sakura sounds pretty good.
For the main event,
I mean, that's a match to make. I don't know about the
I'm
main
talking about
event.
the very last match you see on All In.
I a Golden Lovers tag team rematch. You can't go wrong with that. Like Kenny and Coda versus Will Ospreay and somebody. You can't go wrong with that.
I'm gonna say the Elite, Kenny and the Bucks versus FTR and CM Punk.
So you think he is coming back?
No, it's not if, it's when.
Okay, fair enough. So there's that. But
So,
so you think so let me ask you this: Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is what we're getting. You think we're gonna fight the 5-on-5 anarchy in the arena? Because right now there's only four. Because there's only four people in Blackpool Combat Club, and there's only three until Hangman comes back.
it could be 4-4.
Four. So okay, so we'll be 4-4.
Yeah, I don't see why it could be 4-4.
Okay.
And that's this
I'm
upcoming pay
saying
per view,
because I'm
right?
saying the fifth, because your fifth could always bring in Coda.
The fit that be for the Elite.
Yeah, for the
And
elite, and
who would
then
be your fifth for that
Takeshita,
Takeshita?
Konosuke Takeshi. Yeah,
I feel like they want to keep him as a face though.
yeah.
I can
Well,
see him be. I think he probably be better fit suited as a face. So I don't think I would want to throw him in there. I think they really missed the boat bringing in. Even though I still don't care for him as that much, I don't care for Yuta either. But what's the dude in
Garcia.
yeah, Garcia.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably
Um,
might like him a little better with Blackpool Combat Club because I do prefer him over Yuta. But I'm just like all the way out on JAS. And I
well,
like the thing is I like 2.0. Was it 2.0 or was it 3.0?
it's two.
Okay. But I like 2.0. I like them when they were Everrise. They're really good talkers. It's just everything else around the whole Jericho Appreciation Society is just like the spoofing of sports entertainment is they say pro wrestling on WWE now. It's they kind of interchange the words, but it was funny when it was funny at first. Now it's just like okay,
It's dry.
yeah, it's very dry, and
Um,
I don't know how I feel about it because I don't necessarily care to see Jericho and Adam Cole.
I don't either, but it gives. I want to say it gives them something to do, but it gives them something to do.
Yeah,
Because Cole is big, and you kind of know where Cole is eventually going to end up.
Cole. So you remember how we were talking about having a baby face become the one to beat MJF?
You think Adam Cole could be it?
I think he just slipped right into the perfect spot.
I think so too. Now because Eddie Kingston is out with a hernia,
Eddie
he had to get
Kingston.
surgery for a hernia
Oh, jeez.
from the match he had with Claudio. So he's going to
So
be
he's
out.
out.
We don't know when
I
he's
don't
coming back.
see it being. I don't see them going this quick with who was the guy I said it first, and he's cooled off a lot too. Now to think about it,
You said Starks at first,
yeah, Starks. I think he's kind of
but
cooled off a bit, but Adam
even when
Cole
you
is
said
gonna
Starks
be
the first time, I was like Starks kind of not only did he cool off, Starks already had a shot at MJF.
yeah.
Stark was literally MJF's first defense.
Yeah, you're right. But now I'm looking at it now. I think Adam Cole is probably in the best position to take that spot now.
Yeah, and I think it would be good. It would be good because he gets the belt and then have, I don't know, build somebody else to take it off of Cole.
Yeah,
Although, like I said, I do think Eddie. Maybe this is just wishful thinking. I think Eddie Kingston will at some point be world champion.
I can see
Maybe
that.
that's just me, you know, my optimism.
Can we just acknowledge this though? Both companies are in a really good position right now, and this is what I've
Yeah,
been saying needs to be the case. I said it a few months ago. I want to see where both companies are riding a high wave of momentum into the summer. Now we got AEW; they are doing very well with their uh just the signups for all in.
yeah. 40. They said 45,000 pre-sale.
Right. And I'm not the type of person to sit here like, oh, they can't sell 90,000. I don't think anybody is expecting 90K.
I don't think so,
W
but they're gonna get close.
Clash at the Castle, I believe, had somewhere around 65. 50 would be great for AEW. And let's be real, they can make that space work.
Oh,
they can put out the biggest stage possible. I'm expecting them to go all out with the stage. It'll probably, this could be their WrestleMania or whatever. I don't know, but let them use that space they have to have a huge stage. Have that main event. CM Punk is on his way back. CM Punk, I don't like CM Punk. You already know that. I don't like the guy. But I can sit here and tell you that CM Punk is by far the biggest name that they have in that company. Yeah. It's not close. This man, and you were there when they announced it, this man sold out a show and put out the biggest number in Rampage history off of pure speculation. It was never confirmed that CM Punk was going to show up. And what did that man do?
He showed up.
He 1 point something mil viewers on Nielsen. That show sold out. Honestly, I don't think it took 2 days for that show to sell out.
I don't think it did either.
It may have sold out in an hour. He is by far the biggest name that you have. So yeah, CM Punk is going to be there. I think that is going to be the main event. Yeah, the Bucks and Kenny are playing like they don't want to do it. They got Dave Meltzer out here trying to gaslight the whole situation, whatever. At the end of the day, I cannot see anybody in this situation running away from money. There has been one continuous story in AEW in the last 12 months that has dominated any and everything that they've done, and it's been everything regarding the Brawl Out.
Yeah.
No matter how much you hate it, because I know you didn't want to talk about it at first. I actually came up here by myself to talk about it.
Yes, you did.
But it's been the biggest story, and you have seen how it has affected everything around the company. When CM Punk was there, the numbers were higher. He's been gone, everything's dropped down. Now watch what happens when he comes back. They're saying that he's gonna come back at on a Saturday. It's supposed to be in Chicago. That's evidently supposed to be the debut episode of AEW Collision. Right. Which is, according to Zarian, supposed to be a 2-hour show. Watch that number jump. And I got a feeling it's probably going to beat Rampage. Just because who's in it? CM Punk. So yeah. I don't like none of them. But I know what money is. I know when money is good money.
Scare money don't make money.
Got that right. Don't be scared. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So, I have a video in the vault. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and upload it or not. Okay. But the outrage is ridiculous.
What is the outrage about?
It's about probably the most disgusting beverage ever made on God's green earth.
Oh, yeah. So, I know where you're going with it. I know where you're going. And here, can I just say this? And this is probably going to cover it up. Just cover it in tow. The thing is, I think the biggest problem I have with conservatives is they're picking their wrong battles to fight.
They should have never picked the battle in the first place, and now we're here.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're picking the battles they're picking are these things that are about things that don't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this. This does not matter. It really doesn't. There are more important things you can use to express whatever you're feeling, right? And it will be, you know, understandable. He's like, yeah, I could see why they would feel this way about this. But this is like the wrong, not even a wrong battle. It's a like a what are you doing kind of battle. Like why are you even, what is this really about?
I'm laughing at them.
And for
And
me,
I've been
what it's
laughing at him for the longest time because I remember when the whole Dylan Mulvaney name came out to the light into public. I heard it from conservative spaces. Like I didn't hear anything from liberal spaces about Dylan Mulvaney until they were clapping back at conservatives. I subscribe to a guy on YouTube. He was the first thing I ever heard about Dylan Mulvaney. And so he's doing all these commentaries on her videos. And I'm like, okay, you're doing this and you're giving her more coverage, more eyes on her product, and you're helping her get more people looking at her. It's the same thing with Liz TikTok. Yeah, I laugh at some of the stuff that she posted on Liz TikTok because some of the stuff is absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, like, you're kind of helping these people out in the same sense. This is my issue with just like owning the libs, owning the conservatives. You are, yeah, you might be owning them in your point of view, but at the same time, you're giving them more eyes on their content. Like I would love to have somebody just do that to me. But then again, I guess I don't say anything. Like I don't say my stuff isn't as controversial. I should say. I haven't had a controversial take on this podcast since the whole Free Ali thing, and that's been well over a year. I just don't care to be. I guess we don't care enough.
I forgot people looked at that as controversial. That Free Ali thing.
Where are those same people at now? You would think that those same people that wanted Ali to have his moment would be on social media clamoring for Ali to get a better treatment on TV.
If anything, you know what I'm still clamoring for? I'm still hoping that that CYN comes back. For real,
Yo,
at this point.
I just popped up on Twitter. Therese was like, bring back the white women that love Taylor Swift, Trader Joe's, and their boyfriend named Brad. Because I don't know if you know this person named Yes Jules.
Can't say that I do.
She's a white woman, and she posted a video with the caption "On the Way," and she looked like she's trying to be down with the sisters. I'm like, come on now, you can be yourself. We're gonna still love you. We gonna still love you. At least I will. I love everybody. Um. Wow. Okay. So according to the Fightful, there was some speculation that Vince's return to the fold led to Johnny's absence, but that's not the case. Vince was actually involved with communicating to Johnny Gargano late in 2021 that he wanted Gargano to stay with WWE.
Huh.
So that kills that narrative. But going back to the whole Dylan Mulvaney situation. Now, when it comes to Nike, I can kind of understand why people are I'm side eyeing that one because it's like when you think Nike, you're thinking like athletic wear. So,
Oh.
so in that
No,
case, I'm
no.
like, okay, if you want to go with this, we want to push forward a transgender woman in this position. I would have thought the best bet would be to go with Leah Thomas. But I guess Leah Thomas's time is gone, so you go with the hottest hand, which is obviously Dylan Mulvaney, thanks to the conservatives. So in that case, I was thrown off by that. I was like, she's not an athlete. You could have put an athlete in this position for Nike. At Amherzer Bud,
Yeah,
Amherzer, what is it? Bud Light,
thank
whatever
you.
it is. That I'm like, I don't care because beer is disgusting. Like you're not gonna catch me in the store going to buy a case of Bud Lights. I've used a can of beer. I've used a can of beer once in my entire life. You know what I did with the beer?
Threw it away.
No, I actually put it in some chicken and cooked it. That junk was actually slapping. But I'm not drinking it straight.
No, what I was gonna say was the thing about the Nike thing. Somebody brought up that um, Caitlyn Jenner has one too, as a line too. I was upset that Miss Mulvaney got a sponsorship with Nike,
Well,
which.
Caitlyn is an athlete.
But my point is what is always what my point is. You can't say you like you can't be part of a community and say uh, I'm so humble to be branded to be a part of Nike. Thank you Nike for being diverse. And then when somebody else who's like you says, "Hey, oh, like here, I just got a brand with Nike too. Oh, Nike is crossed the line now by going woke." It doesn't make any sense.
Again, this is why I hate the word woke because they're just as we from now on. I'm going to start a movement. To all these people that they try to call woke because they're not woke, they're sleep. We're calling them sleeps in this on this channel here. They're sleeps.
They are sleeps.
They're sleep. They're still dreaming. Now, here's the thing when it comes to that whole Caitlyn Jenner situation. If Caitlyn was talking about how Dylan's not an athlete, I can completely understand that. Because it's like I I'm trying to think of all the big name people that Nike have under their brand. Dylan's the only one I can think of that's not athletic. That's like my biggest push on is like who else do you have on this athleisure brand that's not athletic? Like if you want to play the one of these things is not like the other, there's your thing. It's not that Dylan's transgender because there's two of you at least. But I don't know. Maybe I. All I want to know is, are they ever going to use like where's the press for the trans men at? Again, I don't care, but you don't hear anything about them. But here's why I bring all this stuff up though. If a tree, you've heard this countless times, so you know where I'm going. If a
Yeah.
tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? All conservatives had to do was leave it alone. We would never be in this situation. Dylan Mulvaney would have had her million followers on TikTok, whatever. But at the same time, she would have never been as big as she is. Conservatives, this is your fault. You wanted yourself a villain, and you got yourself a villain, and now you're mad because you made this villain, and this villain is making big money off of it. Take your bow. You created this, conservatives. This is all your fault. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Um, Evidently Dalvin Cook might be getting cut.
Why is that?
Evidently they're not getting anywhere, making any progress with contract talks. So I think the Vikings are going for a rebuild at this point because they've cut Thielen. They cut a lot of people from the team, dog. All they got now is Jay Jettas and that family member. All All right, let's talk about this one here. Why does Disney make live action movies now?
I don't know. And if you're going where I think you're going, I'm gonna say, like I've said, like I've talked to people live about this. It really doesn't matter. Do you know why it really doesn't matter? You want to really want to know why?
Well, I know why it doesn't matter to me, but why does it not matter
I
in your
it
perspective?
I imagine our reasons why it doesn't matter are the same reason. These characters are not real.
Oh no,
They're
mine was because I'm not watching it.
well that too, but these characters are not real. These characters are not gonna live and die by who they're portrayed by. They're not.
Exactly.
They're really not.
Like the whole race swapping thing was ridiculous. Like, cause what was it? What was the last one? The one that's supposed to come out in a few weeks.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. One, do mermaids exist?
No, that's my whole thing. Like, who cares? Even if they do, who cares? They
Like,
don't, but again, who cares?
what? My whole thing is, can Halle act? Two,
That's a big thing.
do I
Like,
even care enough to even go watch it? The answer is no. And three, why y'all mad? And so then the whole role was kind of reversed when this new movie comes out, when the announcement comes out regarding Lilo and Stitch. So they bring this, I guess you call her a white passing Hawaiian woman. Well, she's Hawaiian. So she understands the culture of Hawaiian culture, I guess. I don't know what Hawaiian culture is. Clearly she knows more than I do. And you know what's funny? I've met two Hawaiians my entire life.
are we thinking of this one of them the same?
Probably so. We graduated with her.
Okay, so yeah, we're probably thinking of the same person.
I've known her since I moved to Chesapeake. So, would you consider them white passing?
No.
I'm trying to think because her skin color was kind of similar to what this woman's that is playing Nani
I'm trying to
is.
remember the last time I saw her. No.
I can remember how to spell her first name. Ray. All right, here we go. Oh, she got married. Okay,
so
so
we're not.
no.
Oh, so we're not thinking of the same person.
Well, she's still dog. She's close enough. Yeah, she got a little bit more pigment in her skin, but it ain't that much.
I think the thing is I think the issue with it, there's like a half and half issue. Half the people have issue with it because if you look at Nani on in the animated movie, she's very clearly melanated. Clearly.
Well, honestly, unless you're what's that term? Everybody has melanin in them, but continue.
No, yeah, okay, well, that wasn't who I was thinking of, but yeah.
This person?
No, that wasn't who I was thinking of, but I'm looking at her, I'm like, that's not, that's pretty, that's, you know.
So, okay,
Anyway.
cool. Okay, cool. So the pigmentation was not consistent with what was on the movie. Cry me a river.
The other thing.
Boo freaking who.
The other thing people had issue with, well, not everybody, just I want to call them weirdos, but like, well, they were weirdos.
Their sleeps.
No, the weirdos.
Their sleeps too.
The only thing that they had issue with is, I mean, you remember what Nani looked like in the movie.
You want me to be honest?
No, what I say look like
No. You want me to be honest with you?
I
had to go look up who the heck Nani was because I saw Nani. I thought people were speaking Japanese. I did not watch Lilo and Stitch. I didn't watch Lilo and Stitch. Oh,
You
this
have a
I hate. This I
reason?
hate. Do we need
You
to
have
take
a
a?
re-
Do we need to take a few weeks back to a trip to episode on this podcast where I said I hate
No,
movies?
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that movie came out when we were kids.
I can count on one hand. I have not seen all the Disney movies. I'm sorry.
Well, I haven't either, but like that was one that was definitely one of them.
No, you're gonna hate me when I say you this.
Nobody's judging you for that.
No, you're gonna judge me when I say this. I have still yet to see the full Moana.
I'm okay. I saw it, but I saw it. I only saw it mostly because I wanted to see how good The Rock portrayed Maui, which he did pretty good.
Well, I've seen enough Rock movies to understand how Rock acts, so I was like, whatever. Yeah, Disney movies just don't.
Nobody.
It doesn't. They never were a thing where I was like, oh, I want to watch this Disney movie. When I think of Disney, I think that's like a girl thing, dog. And I know it's a weird thing for me.
No, wait.
Especially the Disney princesses ones.
Wait. You say Disney movies as a whole?
Like, I feel like it'd be more something like all the girls have to watch it. Like the girls, oh, I want to watch this. Like I don't care. Let me watch wrestling and sports.
So let me get this straight. What you're saying is you're participating in toxic masculinity because you.
No. I'm not saying that only girls should do it. I'm just saying from my perspective, it looks like when I think Disney, and it's probably because my association with Disney goes to the Disney princesses. And it's probably not the way to look at it. Now I'm going to say
it's really not.
I'm going to be a man to say it's probably not the way to look at it. But
like
everybody has their character flaw, and I have mine.
Like a few of my favorite movies are Disney movies, i.e., The Incredibles, Cars.
I've seen The Incredibles. I don't remember seeing all the Cars, even though we did have Cars and we had we used to have a Nissan Quest, and in the Nissan Quest we had the DVD player in the back seat. Yeah. So I do remember seeing bits and pieces of Cars.
But yeah, like those movies are.
But like
priceless.
Moana,
like Lion King, like the Lion King. I know you.
My mama drugged me to watch Princess and the Frog because we're gonna go watch the first Black Princess or whatever. But outside of that.
I know you've seen The Lion King. Both Lion Kings, right?
Well, if I didn't watch with my family, we watched it in band, and I got bullied for that too.
I would say you
were there when that happened.
What, for watching?
Because they bullied me because they thought I was crying when Mufasa got killed. I believe it was 7th grade.
No. I remember. Yeah, it was a weird time.
And I can never talk to that guy again because he's no longer with us. But still,
weird time.
Bird started that whole rumor.
Oh, God.
Yeah, rest in peace to him now. But yeah, it's a character flaw for me. But it's not something that I cared to ever watch. I don't remember. And you know what else it might be too?
What's that?
Some of the songs just didn't like pop off to me like Lion King music, you know, that's just like straight from the motherland. So I can't help but to love Lion King stuff. But like I didn't care for Can You Feel the Love Tonight though.
You didn't care for what?
Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
No, I didn't care for that.
This is why Lion King 2 is the best for me, because like the opening song for Lion King 2.
Those are the only songs of Lion King I care about.
Upendi, that's my jump, boy. And Upendi. I don't know what Upendi means, but that just slaps. Let's go ahead and take a quick break here, though. Pardon the interruption, but let's go ahead and talk. So I know there's a lot of people out there that deal with one wanted to wear hats and things like that, but you don't want to mess up your hair. Well, I got the perfect thing for you. I'm a brand ambassador for King's Crowning. Yeah, that's right, King's Crowning. They have dad hats, fitted caps. As you see here, they have little halo turbans that I absolutely love. Look at me, man. Just look at this red turban that's sitting perfect in my head. Don't you just want one of these? Well, use my code Unbounded1. Get 10% off your next purchase. What y'all waiting on? Go get one. Trust me, you won't regret it. Hey, guess what?
What's that?
I think this is draft week.
Next
Isn't
week.
it? Oh, is it next week?
Next week.
Oh, shoot. Let's look at some football stuff, though. We got some games going on, too, actually. Not only the XFL is going on, but USFL is playing as well.
Just kicked off.
Yep, kicked off yesterday. Let's go, Lakers! The Lakers are up 43-37, second quarter. Right now, being led by AD with 8 points. Austin Reed, AR-15 has 7. Ja Morant has 4 points right now. Speaking of Ja Morant, I caught that. How I miss those moments. I miss those moments, man. Ja Morant. And no, we're not talking about Ja Morant here. We're going to talk about the guy that pulled a Ja Morant.
Oh, this freaking idiot.
So, Mikey, what's his name? Mikey something. Because I remember the name from 2020. Mikey Williams. So back in 2020, right at the heat of everything going on with the George Floyd situation, I remember him going out on Twitter saying that he would consider going to an HBCU. So now he has been arrested. Wait, why was he arrested again? They released his mugshot. Where is it at? Mikey Williams has been booked on 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon using a firearm in California. Each charge carries a minimum sentence of 6 months in county jail if convicted. So he's looking at a possibility of 2.5 years. For what? For what, son?
Or what?
Like, and I told you, I was like, where are the OGs that are telling these kids that they know have a high future doing something? Hey, dog, this ain't what you need to be doing. It's like, when you know you are set for big things in your life, this man is a 5-star recruit. He's going to be making money in college. He's going to have a pretty big NIL deal. And he's probably only going to play one year in college and be a lottery pick in the NBA the following year. I know you don't like it. We talked about how you don't like how like college basketball players go for 1 year and leave. But that's what he's going to do.
The game.
That's what he's going to do. And he's going to be making millions in 2 years. But he want to go out there and be he want to be Ja Wick. He's trying to be Josh Heisty.
I thought those memes were dumb. You know why I thought those memes were dumb? I get they were trying to be funny, but you know why I thought those memes were dumb? The biggest difference between Ja Wick and Ja Morant, what Ja Morant was doing, I know for a fact. I don't know Ja Morant personally, but there's no way. Now granted he was flexing the gun in there and all that stuff. But if you watch those movies, I guarantee Ja Morant would not be crazy enough he'd catch a body with the money he's making. He would not catch a body for no flex. He can't be. He's not. He can't be that dumb. He can't be.
I don't know, dog.
I'm mind you. That's me trying to be optimistic in
I
saying
mean,
that.
why
I'm
else would you
being
be
up.
walking around carrying a strap like that?
You said what?
Why else would you be just walking around carrying a strap like that? Like,
You got me.
I sent you a message yesterday, and I'm bringing it up now. I'm like, is it a skill? Like, imagine you got Bull walking around in sweats. The sweats are sagged down past his behind, so like straight butt cheeks all out in the air. And I'm hopping in my car, and as soon as he turned around, I see what looks to be a Glock in his pants. Don't look like it's in a holster. It just looks like it's just chilling in his pants. I'm like, that can't be safe. Like, I'm ignorant to guns, but I don't think that's safe. Please let me know, because you've been more around the firearms than I have.
If you have, first of all, if you have any weapon that's not a rifle, if you have like a handgun on you, you should probably have it in a holster. But the fact that he had it tucked in, I know the whole trend or whatever in the hood is to have it just tucked in your waistband. But you know, you
Isn't
do
that what
that, and
happens to Plaxico?
no, well, I don't know. But I'm saying Plaxico probably didn't realize the safety was off. I'm saying you got that, and then the safety go off, or you get a gun that don't have an external safety, you know, and you put it somewhere, and you mess around and do something, and that thing go off. Next thing you know, you got like a hole in your butt cheek, and you looking crazy. Or worse, you got a hole in your back, in your tailbone, in your lower spine.
It's
I don't know
crazy.
what we doing.
I don't get it, dog. But it's just like he wanted to act so hood, and I don't. First of all, I don't know if he has parent like. I don't understand the idea of wanting to act hood if you don't have to go through that stuff.
Yes,
Like,
I don't get
I
it.
watched the entire documentary about King Von. He grew up in that environment, and unfortunately, nobody was there to influence him that you don't have to live this way. And it caused him to go the route he did, and unfortunately, caused him his life. But what is Mikey doing this, dog?
Ruining his life.
Why do you have what? Because I already know California firearm laws are very strict. First of
Yes,
all, I don't think Mikey's 18.
he's not. He's not.
There's a problem there. So I'm pretty sure you got to be at least 18 in California to be strapped.
Yeah.
So there's the problem there, and then you got to be out here getting into fights and then using the firearm. You could have took man's out. None of this makes sense to me, and this is what the younger generation looks at as like, okay, this is how I need to be. No, stupid.
Use your common sense.
I don't understand, dog. I want to, like, I really do want to understand, but I guess I never will. Like, I tried that hard, but I never went to the point where I felt that I needed to be gun toting and whatnot. You remember my face when I tried that hard?
Yeah, it's,
It was bad. It was all kinds of bad. And I'm happy people knocked some doggone sense into me.
ooh, it was.
It was horrendous.
It was who. It was.
Who knows
Yeah, it was
if I
not
never got
it.
any sense knocked out of me, I'd probably been the next Andrew Tate.
It
In
was
all the
not
bad,
it,
in
bro.
all the bad ways.
It was not it.
At all. But hey, growth will do that to you, man. Growth will do it to you. What else is going on?
I'm trying
Growth.
to figure out how to order Popeyes through DoorDash.
Just go to. It's up there. Oh yeah, Eric Bischoff doesn't believe CM Punk is that great. Neither do I. He's just a very good. He's just a huge draw.
One thing I will say about CM Punk, I love that match with Eddie Kingston.
No, no,
I don't
no,
care
no. You have the floor now. Guess what? We got to talk about it.
what.
Your hot take from I believe yesterday.
Oh,
You
oh
let's
yeah,
go to the
no,
front of the congregation. Let's talk about it.
okay. So I don't think prank calls are funny. I don't. Never thought prank phone calls were funny. They just didn't do anything for me as
You want
with
to
my
see
sense
me
of
laugh
humor.
uncontrollably? Put a Frank call on that John Cena one forever.
I
Made me
never like
laugh.
I didn't I heard it, but I was like, I don't understand why this is funny.
You want to know why I think it was so funny for me?
What is that?
The reactions. It's not necessarily the prank caller that's funny. It's the reaction that kind of gets me. So with the 01041, her reaction to it, just like getting all mad about it, and then the last time they called, they would play the theme song in the middle of her talking, and it sent me every single time.
I is that and then I don't like and then like that one. I don't like I didn't think that was I didn't think the the nephew Tommy ones from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. What is it? Is it Steve Harvey or Ricky Smiley? I'm not sure.
I think it's Steve Harvey Morning Show. And then
Yeah,
Ricky Smiley
I
was
never
bad.
thought I've heard I didn't think that I never thought those were funny.
I don't think
I
Steve
really
Harvey's
didn't.
funny.
Huh?
I don't think Steve Harvey's that funny.
Like in general or like
Like, yeah, he's the king of comedy. I think he was probably like of the original kings of comedy. He's probably my least favorite.
yeah, no, well,
I think he
I can
fed
understand
well
that.
off of Cedric though. He fed well off of Cedric. I'll give him that. Cedric is a lot more funnier though.
No, I can understand that. I can understand your sentiment. Um,
What was it? It was Bernie Mac, Cedric the
Bernie,
Turner, Steve Harvey, D.L.
Cedric
Hughley,
the
right?
who?
Cedric
Cedric the who?
the Entertainer. That's not what I said.
Entertainer.
I know that's not what I said, but Cedric the Entertainer. And it was the D.L. Hughley.
Yeah,
So if I had to rate the four of them, clearly Bernie Mac's number one.
yeah.
Then I'm gonna go Cedric. And you know what's funny? I think I have the DVD around here somewhere. I just have to find a way to watch it again. But if I don't have it here, then I can find a way to watch it. But I'm go. I said Bernie, Cedric, DL, and then Steve.
Um,
I don't want to talk about
yeah.
him on this
Jesus,
podcast.
they were all pretty all right. They were all pretty good to me anyway.
What else have we talked about so far? Oh, by the way,
You hear the one you hear that congressman, that black congressman talk about how trans people are mutants.
who? What? Wait, what?
A congressman, a black congressman from something Barnaby called said that trans
I, th-
people are like the X. He says he feels like we're living in the world. Let me get him. Let me get
I
it right. So
think
I
I
don't.
know what you're talking about because I think I heard it on the Hotep page. Mutant. Let's see if I can pull up mutants and see if that comes up.
All right. So he's in Florida, to the surprise of nobody. Um, so a Florida legislator, Webster Barnaby, he said that he likened transgender people to mutants from another planet. He said that they're like the X-Men. You know? He says like I'm watching the X-Men movie. It's like we have mutants living among us on planet Earth. Some people don't like that, but that's a fact.
I'm
Um,
gonna play. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
no, don't play it. I'm just gonna read it because his voice was like listening to him talk was like listening to Ben Carson speak. It's gonna put you to sleep and you want him to hurry up because you have things to do. Very slow.
I heard this. I heard this one.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I don't 100% agree with what he said. If you want to live your life the way you want to live your life, that's cool. Where
Right.
I think myself and a lot of other people have the issue is, and it goes back to what a lot of people had issue with when they talk about Christians, the ones that are pushing on you, pushing on you, pushing on you. It's like, dude, okay, you do what you want to do. Don't bother me. And I think that's where we've gotten to an issue. And I was listening to some videos yesterday, and somebody made a good point that a lot of people look at progressivism as a straight line, but somebody made it to a point where progressivism is more of a hill. And so you get to that top of the hill, and then you've reached the pinnacle of that progressivism. But what happens is you get people that want to push it even further, and it goes down the other hill. And now you're looking back at what you were looking at prior to the arriving to that progressive state. So now people on the other side being attacked if they don't as much agree with what you're doing. And this is my issue with anybody. Why do you need to be validated by another person? You my dog. You've been my dog since 7th grade. I don't need you to validate me.
Right. What
And
what gets me oh
go ahead, go ahead.
what gets what gets me about this is like it's like look, here's been my biggest, and I always bring this up. I understand like you have your beliefs and all that, but can you leave like I don't need you coming here. I don't need him saying, "Oh, the Lord, like you're demons." You see what I'm saying? He said, "The Lord rebuke you, Satan, and all of your demons and your imps that will come parade before us." That's right. I called you demons and imps who come and parade before us and pretend that you are a part of this world. That's rude. That's not
Now,
just rude. That's like
now
that's
you know who's talking about it and how they're attacking it. If they're
I
attacking the
know.
demons within you, that is okay because we've talked about the scripture that goes along with it. When
Right.
you are
Right.
outright calling the flesh a demon, then you're not looking at it from a stance of we're not blind against flesh and blood, but against the evil spirits and principalities, and you already know the rest of that situation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think I kind of got what he was trying to go for. I just don't think it came off the way that it should have came off.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like a lot of people. But I'm certainly not gonna call people I don't like demons. Like I don't know. I don't like white supremacists, but I'm not gonna call them demons.
There's demons
You
within
know.
white supremacy.
Exactly. Exactly. But I'm not gonna call that person a demon. I don't know that person. You know.
I want to talk to him.
And to say that basically just structurally off of because you live this lifestyle that doesn't line up with mine is absolutely crazy. Which is why I've been puzzled. It's been puzzling me and bothering me for like the last month. I can't wrap my head around like I don't understand what is this issue with trans people. I don't get it. Now, I understand that there's a lot of it that is different, and it's hard to understand. I get it. I do. I can't, as a curious person, I can't understand. I'm trying to understand why is it that people are going out of their way to make it like hard for these people to exist.
Here's my thing,
I don't like I
because
can't understand that.
I do know that you have your very few people that are probably like against them existing. I think what happens is you have a lot of these people that don't care whether you exist or not. Like, it's okay, you exist, cool.
Right.
That's not my thing. I'm gonna let you do your thing. But what happens is you have a lot of people who don't understand it. They ask questions, and then the answers to the questions make no sense, then they continue to like, okay, you're not making any sense. Then they get attacked of, oh, you just are don't like me because of this, that, and the third. You are being violent towards us by words, and the gaslighting in that way doesn't help anybody. So you
I
have
don't
that
think people look.
situation.
Here's I don't think people should I don't think these people should be dying because nobody gets it.
I
I
think
know that's a very I know that's a general statement. I know that's like a very obvious statement, but if y'all if there are people out here, if these people are out here, if trans people are committing suicide because nobody is getting it, or worse, some people are getting like beat up because nobody gets it. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
the
gonna be
whole
honest with you.
like I've been to a drag show. You know, I've been to a drag show. I had fun.
I have been
I
to
know it's not good.
before.
I know I understand that, but I was
Yeah,
like I went to one. You know, I didn't for 1 second feel like I was gonna like I felt in danger. You
right.
know what I mean? So I don't know. It's
But here's
the
my go
this
ahead.
fear mongering and this you know ignorance of lack of understanding and ignorance and refusal to understand. I'm not sitting here I'm not sitting here talking about, oh, y'all have to accept. Like this is what things are, you have to accept it. I don't care if you accept it or not. But these people should be dying. Like you shouldn't want these people dead because you don't get them.
But it goes back to my whole thing. Why are you trying to be validated by strangers? The need to be validated by anybody that doesn't matter is an issue that goes beyond
I don't even
just
think
one
it's about
community.
validation. I don't think it's validation. I think it's the fact that hey, I'm like, hey, this is who I am now, and then just the matter of wanting just one person to accept it. Like people in your circle accept it. You know what I mean? That's it. I don't think there
But you
ever had.
have a whole community now that, regardless of who's there, accept you. But if you don't speak
But you
out,
also have people. You have people that live that are so outside the like they can't reach anybody in that community. Like you have people in a like somebody in a small town who's feeling this way and with no way to get out, it can't reach it and it can't truly express themselves due to
and that needs to be
and
addressed, but at the same time you
yeah.
can't you have to go to where it's easier to go to. You can't look at all these people because you're not going to get everybody to agree on the situation, regardless of
No,
how
it's
hard we
not about getting
try.
people to agree. It's not about getting people to agree. I don't think this is about getting people to agree. I think it's about getting people to be to just understand, you know, not fully understand, just be like, "Hey, this is wood. This is made of wood." And you acknowledge that this is made of wood. That's it. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's literally that simple. And for some reason, it's not that simple. It's like, well, it's not technically made of wood. It's you know got metal on it. It's whatever, all this other shit.
That's a
Like
human
that
issue,
doesn't
though.
matter,
That's a
huh?
human issue. You're always gonna have to. You can take everything we're talking about in this whole situation and apply it to any situation that you have dealing with human life. I was
No,
listening to a lady. She was talking about how she grew up. a liberal. She had no, it was a guy. It was a gay guy. He participated in a lot of the BLM protests. He talked to a guy that he was dating, and then he ended up getting in contact with, and it's a guy that I don't necessarily care for, but Brandon Tatum. He got in contact with Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum got him into a convention that featured Donald Trump. As soon as the word got out that he was there, everybody around him turned on him. So in that situation, now he feels like everybody that he felt was for him was against him. And so in the situation we're talking about, yeah, you're gonna have it to be in that point where everybody you feel like is against you. Is against you. Validate yourself is the first thing I will always tell anybody in whatever situation they're dealing with. If you can't validate yourself, then of course you're not going to expect other people to validate you. Like I just told you a few minutes ago, you're my boy. But before you or anybody else validates me, I'm going to validate myself at all times. Nobody can validate myself more than myself.
Yeah,
So in that situation, you have to be able to be confident in who you are, and I think that's what our society has kind of fallen away from. We don't
I
know
think
who
it's
we are
that.
yet.
I think it's that, and it's also that some people don't have that outlet. Like they expose who they are, or they get exposed in some cases. You know, like some people get. I know you've heard some stories of some people getting exposed for being gay or bisexual or whatever by family members or people in the community because they think because of whatever reasons. You know, and and then because they get exposed, they get ostracized. Like I was saying before,
Right.
you know, like they get ostracized by their own family. So like the people that are closest to them, they can't they can't be them. Like you said, they need to validate themselves, yes, but it's also hard to validate yourself
Yeah.
if what you're constantly hearing is negativity.
Mm-hmm.
That can be very
And
hard.
it is, and unfortunately, that
I
is something
mean,
that we
we know
have
that
to
better than
understand it.
anybody. You know what I mean?
And unfortunately, it's like there is no peachy cream. There's no peaches and cream route to anything you want to do in life. There are things that I have yet to reveal, like nothing sexual about myself, but just a lot of my viewpoints in life. I know if I were actively to say it out, then I know there's gonna be people that may care, that may say they were cool with me. They're not gonna like me. I understand that. And at one point, you're going to have to come to terms that, okay, I'm at peace with the fact that regardless of how Joe Blow feels about me, his opinions about me don't matter. And yes, words hurt. Take it from me, I know. I've gone to bed crying over words. I've walked away from school crying over words. I got bullied by a bus driver. I got bullied by a bus driver. I know. A whole adult as an adolescent, bro. I know. But at some point, you kind of get to the point where, okay, and I've said this to some of the kids. I'm like, cry about it. That's okay. I support that. You cry about it, but then as you finish crying, you look in the mirror and say, okay, I know who I am now. And then you continue to push through it. And I was like, I told her, I was like, look, sometimes you let the emotion go through. And I look in the mirror, I was like, okay, I'm him still. And in their case, I was like, you say, I'm her. You acknowledge who you are, and then acknowledge whatever you look at to continue to get your strength. So me as a Christian, I say I know who I am because who made me, and then we push through it from then on. There's always going to be a situation where you're going to go and people are not going to validate you. I already know as a Christian, I know that people don't like me just off the mere fact that I'm a Christian. I know that. there is no community, there is no demographic or community of people that can go into society and not have people not like them. Yes, there are people that are not going to like you because you may be gay, trans, or whatever. There are still people that don't like you and me because why? Because we're black men. People within our own communities don't like us because we're black men. There's people within our own communities that don't like black women because they're black women. I am past the point of worrying about who doesn't like me. And that is one of the most difficult things to do growing up because you want to be loved. Everybody does. Nobody in this life wants to walk around not feeling love. And so when you feel like you're being betrayed, that is one of the most difficult things to ever go through in life because it's like everything I knew was a lie. And it's just something that we all have to progress through. And unfortunately, this is why I believe that mental health is such an important thing in our society. And we overlook it sometimes because a lot of the issues that we're having, especially in the political world, you can kind of stem it back to how little our society has cared and still do care about mental health. It's still a joke to a lot of people. But yeah, that's my little rant for the day.
I think you pretty much summed it up.
I think I might clip that. But that's all I got, dog.
Makes sense to me, bro.
Lakers are up 65-59 at half.
Yep, that all makes sense to me.
Let's see if I got any comments on Facebook as we do this. No comments, cool. I've had some likes and shares though. That's what's up. Shout out to all the likes. But I'm out of here, dog. I'll probably be back up here on Twitch about 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go downstairs to eat my liver and onions and work on a overlay for that and work on doing all that stuff. But I'll be back on Twitch. I probably am going to finish this video on FBG Duck, or I might find something more interesting, and I'll be reacting to videos and whatnot. So until then, I'm out of here.
All right, bro.
Peace, love, pot stars. Always be able to drink your water. This is like my second one of these today, so peace.
I'm on the rail, I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Facade get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails.